Welcome back to the Joy of Vinyl. I'm Rick Coste. Now, if you've been buying records for a while, you've probably faced the decision to buy a new release in black or colored vinyl. Now, I faced this dilemma recently when Samantha Fish released Faster on pre-order. I had a choice, white or black vinyl. Now, I've been buying records for decades, and I know the arguments against colored vinyl. Black is better. Not only is black vinyl supposed to sound better, but it's more durable. Now, this doesn't add up when I consider two records that have been in my collection since the 1970s. One is Bloodshot by it's red vinyl by the J. Giles Band, and Moody Blue, blue vinyl by Elvis. Now, those were the only two colored vinyl records I owned for years, and they both sound great. I love those two records. And until other colored discs landed in my collection, I also enjoyed the fact that those two were different. They were conversation pieces before colored vinyl exploded years later. Now, when I finally made my choice and clicked buy on Samantha Fish's new record, which of these two do you think I went with? Yeah, I went with the white version. Why? I don't know. I guess it's because I still have a thing for colored records because of the two I'd grown up with. They're still unique to me, and they're still exciting to see something other than black on the turntable. Turntable? Turntable. The hidden audiophile in me knows better. Black vinyl is better, he says, shaking his head in disappointment. But I'm not so sure he's right. Well, that's not true. I am sure. He is right. But still.
The thing is, colored discs have been around for 100 years. Vocalion pressed records with a reddish hue back in the 1920s. A decade later, Columbia Records introduced blue records. They were novelty items, and the ad departments loved them. So didn't the buying public. In a sea of black, colors will pop. Never mind the fact that colored records never sounded better than their traditional counterparts. When pressed, the buyers will come. Now, did the record buying public eventually come around and realize the audio pitfalls in colored vinyl? Well, no. I've already mentioned the two discs I own from the 1970s. If I close my eyes, I can't tell the difference between them and a traditional press. And that's because the quality of colored vinyl has come a long way. I mean, it's no longer true that they will always sound inferior. They will sometimes sound inferior. So will a black record. It's all in the skill, care, and quality control of the pressing company. But not only do they look different, there are differences in what goes into making them. Traditionally, an additive called black carbon is added to the PVC mix to make a black record. That's because PVC in itself is colorless. Carbon black supposedly reinforces the mix, making it more durable. Dyes are used instead of carbon black to create records of different colors. And it was for this reason, the lack of carbon black's strengthening property, that colored vinyl often sounded weaker, or was said to sound weaker. Depending on the dye used, the results were inconsistent. Now, I'm happy to say that things have gotten better. While the industry still presses records in pretty much the same way they always have, the technology behind making the PVC itself has improved, especially for the colored variants. The truth is, black vinyl will always have a leg up on colored vinyl. That's not to say the differences are always detectable. You wouldn't hear the difference with a quality press. If I were to slap a picture disc on the turntable, you would, but they're a different animal. So too are multicolored discs created using PVC materials made with many different dyes and many different additives. Sometimes too much really is too much. It's kind of like closing your eyes and opening your spice cabinet while making a bowl of chili. You know that chili powder is the best spice for the job, but if you blindly toss in many different ingredients, well, the results won't be that pleasant.
Now, there's an old saying that you should listen with your ears and not your eyes. And there's some truth to that. Colored vinyl is a gimmick. It might look cool when you slip it out of its sleeve and place it on the turntable, but it's not like you sit there staring at it. When you walk away, it doesn't matter what color it is. So why not go with the slightly superior black disc? See, I can't answer that. I'm the guy who clicked on Samantha Fish's white disc when the black disc's buy button was just a few millimeters away. I didn't go with my gut or my brain. I went with my eyes. Now it's time to go with your gut And to do that, you just need to subscribe to this channel by clicking that subscribe button right here. So, what are your thoughts about colored vinyl records? I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, please take care of yourself and enjoy your records.